This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
Hello, Megan Thompson with your top stories now from ABC15 Arizona. And a teenage boy is dead after police say he was shot and killed near 59th Avenue in Camelback. Detectives have taken over the investigation as they work to learn what happened here. A system used by Glendale police to detect when and where a gun goes off is now being used to help determine the impact gunfire has on children. The system, known as ShotSpotter, has been used across the country, including here in the Valley, for 2 decades. Now that it's turned all those individual gunshots into a collection of data that health professionals want to use. A 2018 study of several major American cities found more than 40% of kids had heard or seen gunshots. Nearly 60% of them reported being very or extremely afraid, sad, or upset.
The next morning, they've got to walk back to school. They're nervous, anxious. It can have real consequences for their ability to focus.
The hope is the data can lead to better support for those young people who need it. According to a new report, fewer people are buying homes in the Phoenix metro area compared to last year. The Arizona Regional Multiple Listing Service shows home sales are down about 14% year over year in September. There are also fewer homes on the market, too. Mortgage rates are still high, hovering around 7 to 8%. And the average home price in September is nearly $550,000. A lot of fees and memberships we pay for, let's face it, they are a big waste. Last week, we shared some of the things you shouldn't pay for in your home. This week, consumer reporter John Mattery says some of the fees you should never pay for so you don't waste your money.
Inflation may no longer be boiling over, but it's still pretty hot. That's why you never want to get stuck paying fees if you can easily avoid them.
Fees at hotels, fees for free shipping, and especially those annoying fees at banks.
There's plenty of lots of really high ATM fees.
There's too many of them, and then when you get a bank fee, it's sometimes it overloads.
This month, we're scrolling through the list of the 65 things you probably shouldn't pay for by Consumer's Checkbook. A lot of them are fees, like those you get stuck paying at the ATM.
A lot of banks and many credit unions these days will refund any ATM fees you've had to pay when using machines out of their network.
Executive editor Kevin Brassler says use in-network ATMs or get cash back using a debit card. And how about monthly fees for services you never use? Kevin recommends you do a good audit of fees linked to gyms, streaming services, and even subscriptions like Amazon Prime.
A lot of people signed up for Prime back in the days when that was really the only way to get free shipping out of Amazon. Now most orders over $35, even if you're not a Prime member, come with free shipping.
Lastly, when traveling, Kevin says you should never have to pay early or late check-in fees at hotels.
Often just joining that hotel chain's program gets fees waived. You get a few extra hours before you have to check out.
Curtis Johnson says extra fees can really ruin your day.
It's a headache. It's just unnecessary.
Next week, we'll take a look at things you shouldn't pay for when it comes to your car so you don't waste your money. I'm John Mattery.
ABC 15 is your home for Monday Night Football. Tonight, it's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Live coverage kicks off at 5 right here on ABC 15.
Time now for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Temperatures are finally dropping after another long stretch of triple-digit heat. Temperatures today fall into the 80s. For Phoenix, a high of 89, mid to upper 80s to our south, and low to mid 80s across western Arizona. In northern Arizona, it'll be cooler too, with highs in the 60s to 70s. Now, we're tracking a storm system that may pull in a little bit of moisture and bring a chance for a few spotty storms into southeast Arizona this afternoon, and then overnight into eastern Arizona. The valley is staying dry today. Then tomorrow, we'll see more cloud cover with more showers and storms to our southeast. It's possible that a sprinkle or two drifts into the Phoenix area by tomorrow evening. The chances of it are really low, but I did keep a 10% chance of rain in our forecast to account for maybe a few raindrops that we get tomorrow if a sprinkle or two makes it in. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies, highs in the 80s each day in the valley, breezes at times, and in northern Arizona, limited chances for showers, but cooler too.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head on over to abc15.com or download that free ABC 15 mobile app.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.